Hello there, General. So, today I'm just gonna play the audio. So, there was a clip of David Lammy, some MP from England. You know how England is pretty bad state these days. And, yeah, they're debating, well, I don't know, he debated with some old lady on English. On Englishness, I guess. On why is he not English or why is he English. So, let's hear it, shall we?
You keep saying that you are African Caribbean.
Which you could say he is. Now, African Caribbean means that he has African ancestry, but let's say he's more recently his ancestors were in the Caribbean. That's really all it means.
Which is fine, but how can you be African Caribbean and English? I couldn't be African. I'm English, but I certainly could not call myself African Caribbean.
You could be Irish.
Yeah, he is not English, obviously. Anyone who is not, I don't know. Again, I mean, at this point, you have to be pretty European to start twisting the words to this point where you can allow this guy to be English. Like,
Irish, though. You could have Irish.
No, I'm not Irish.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
you could
Scottish.
be. You could be.
okay, so this is irrelevant. This is completely irrelevant. Well, maybe you're a little Irish, too. Okay, so what? First of all, English and Irish are much closer to each other. The two groups are far closer to each other than freaking English and African. So, even then, like, let's say it did have an Irish. Okay, so what? Not even close, not even comparable.
No, I'm not. Because I have looked my name right the way back to the Middle Ages, my maiden name, and I'm Anglo-Saxon.
Great.
So, alright. It's like, nope, I'm not even Irish. So, don't play that garbage.
But you will never be...
By the way, there literally is Anglo-Irish. Yeah, Anglo-Irish, I think they call them. I'm not sure what it's called. Where, there's a sort of Irish-Anglo thing going on. Yeah. And the funny part is that even when you combine Anglo and Irish, it becomes its own thing too. So, English is its own thing, and when combined with, let's say, Irish, it mixes to become its own thing again. So, again.
English, you are African Caribbean.
But why will I never be English?
Because you're not English. Duh. Simple. It's like, why would an orange never be an apple? Because they're different. Right.
Because you're African Caribbean.
Yes, you're an African. Not gonna be English.
Look,
I can't say to you...
At what point? What about my kids? What are my kids?
They're still African.
What are my
I can't
kids?
say I'm
Maybe they're Africans who live in Britain, but they're still Africans.
African Caribbean.
What? Yeah, but the truth is, Gene, just a little bit of history on this.
The truth is, and this is when you know when these people are gonna start lying.
Britain, 400 years ago, started going out into the world. It colonized and conquered a
Yes, indeed. The British started going all over the place.
lot of the world. A lot of the world has ended up coming back to the mother country.
So this is a very, very, very sleazy thing this guy did. Oh, it's come back to the... No, what do you mean? The metropole, which is Britain itself and the empire, and the colonies are two different things. They're not the same thing. Okay? They're not the same thing. The metropole and the colonies are two completely different things. And the people of the colonies have as their motherland the colonies. The metropole is the motherland of the empire, but not of the people in the colonies. So people who originally reside in the colonies. Okay? And the people who went from Britain to the colonies may call the motherland Britain. But the people who were always in the colonies have as their motherland the colonies. Alright? Now, this is... All this is, well, you guys conquered the world. So now we get to deconstruct your identity and fucking swamp your country. That is what he's saying.
My parents were part of that generation who came from the Caribbean.
Yeah, the British probably felt guilty or something, and we should leave all these people in.
When I took a DNA test, I actually had Scottish in me, probably because as a result.
This is the Pocahontas defense, but I'm 0.1% You know, I'm a certain group, so I must be belonging to this group. If you're still 99% African, you're African. And look at you. Do you look Scots? No.
Of that, someone somewhere, frankly, got their leg over with
Yes, we know we don't like that type of people, but let's go on. We can't even discuss that.
one of my ancestors, and I've got Scottish blood running through me. I said that gently, but it could have been horrendous. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Those are all bullshit stories. Oh, it could have been horrendous. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
And here I am, having grown up in this country, have been born of this country, and
You're still African.
actually, the truth is, it's a myth that there's one English.
It's a myth that an African can become English. That's a myth. There is something called English. Alright?
Ethnicity. There's not.
Yes, there is, you little slimy boy.
It's because England has always been a country in which Huguenots, Danes, all sorts of people have passed through. So when you say you are,
If you made I think I gotta look up at the site what it's called again, but you can compare the genetic closeness, you can say, of all these different groups, and guess what? They're gonna be a lot closer than Africans. So even if you wanna argue, but these other groups fused into the English group, yeah, probably because we're already pretty damn close. So it's not that difficult to fuse them in. Even then, that's happened like what, centuries ago? Many centuries ago? So yeah, over the course of centuries, they slowly fused in. Now, for example, in America, did the Africans there fuse with the rest of the country? No. They're still their own separate group. Should tell you a lot, and that's 400 years, huh? 400 years, and they still have not fused. You can tell me that African and Britain is gonna fuse in the same way that Huguenots or Danes or whatever are gonna fuse with Anglo-Saxons? Come on, come the heck on.
are English. I'm not saying that that doesn't mean something to you and matter hugely.
It does.
English is indeed its own thing, and hey, maybe it absorbs some elements. So what? There was still this core. There's another thing. There was still this core thing that was absorbing these other elements. That's still a core thing, and the core can decide to accept or not accept it. And if she's part of that core, she's one of the, I guess, voters on the issue. Unfortunately, I guess most of the English have betrayed their own identity at this point, so it's a difficult thing.
Because there are probably, as you put it, years and years, hundreds of years of experience of that. But it is,
Yeah, more like 1,000 years at least. Yeah, more like 1,000 years at least, I'd say, or even more.
to say that for me, the fact that I was born here and the fact that my sensibilities are English mean that
No. I'm really dubbed that. Sorry, that's not gonna. Sensibilities are English. No, you're still different than English. Even if you're being conditioned in the culture and all that. Come on.
I want to claim that heritage as well. Now, I'm
You can't though because it's not your heritage.
very comfortable saying I'm British, black British.
Yeah, sure, the nationality, whatever, the piece of paper. Yeah, we can make the nominal government of Mars and say you're Martian. Irrelevant.
Of course I am. And I'm very, very proud. No one could say I wasn't because I talk about it all the time, about my Caribbean roots. And I know that
Very interesting. I'm very proud of your Caribbean roots. Interesting.
Caribbean very well.
British,
But it's to
but you're
say
not
that I'm
English.
English. Sorry? What?
You're British, but you're not English.
Yeah, you have the nationality, the paper, but you're not the ethnicity. Duh.
Well, that's the point I think you're making, and I'm disagreeing with it.
Well, you're disagreeing because you are just, I don't know, why would you even want to be English? Why? Why do you want to pretend to be English? Just be who you are. I don't get this thing of, oh, I have to try to shove myself in. No, just be Black Caribbean. What's the problem? What is the problem? Okay? Do you have a problem with you being Black Caribbean or something?
With that. Tell me,
Well, you can
what do you
disagree
think?
as
What
much
do
as
you
like.
think?
If
What?
I was
Like it's something very weird going on.
born in the Caribbean,
Or is it because you wanna, deconstruct what English is? Is that what's actually going on?
as a white person, I certainly wouldn't call myself
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid
Caribbean.
Yeah, English are a subset of European. Okay, that should be easy to understand, right? Same way as that fruit is subset. Well, apple is subset of fruit, right?
Have you ever been to the Caribbean, Gene?
I haven't. No, I haven't
No.
had the fortune.
Well, then you probably don't realise that in countries like Barbados, there are significant white Caribbean populations.
Did they fuse with the black population? No. Are they different to the black population of islands? Yes. Can they, if they trace their ancestry back to, let's say, some European country, can they then say that they are of the European country? Like, let's say they're English. Their ancestors are English. Can they say they're English? Yes, they're English. In the same way that this guy can say that he has black Caribbean roots and then makes him black Caribbean. So even if these people rose in those other islands, still, those people are still, ethnically speaking, English or French or whatever. So, again, this is irrelevant.
Who have been there for
It's not just a geographical thing.
hundreds of years, and they
They can be there for thousands of years. They're still going to be English or French, whatever.
are significantly more Caribbean than I am.
Well, all
Oh, what? They have the cultural aspects a bit more? Oh, wow, that's such a big thing. Or, well, they've been there geographically, so yeah, they are Caribbean. Oh. Okay, so what? Their composition, who they actually are, that's what they're talking about. Has it changed? That's the question. Who they actually fundamentally are. Has it changed? Because culture is not everything at all. Assuming that their culture has even changed so much from the Tomorrowland that it'll be like unrecognizable. Like, ooh, Caribbean. White is so different to it. Like, really?
Didn't know that, did
is
you?
the whole world is polluting
You didn't know that irrelevant fact, did you?
everybody the way it's going.
What's that phrase, polluting?
So what is polluting? Polluting means you put a foreign substance or a foreign whatever into some other thing. So something that is foreign to a certain place, whatever, you put it in. That's pollution. And it's negative because usually when you do that, you disturb stuff, you mess stuff up. That's why it has a negative connotation. Now, for ecological systems, there's pollution, but then when you talk about species and individuals, it's invasive species.
It is.
Why is it polluting, Gene?
Because you are what you are. You are.
Yeah, it is indeed an interesting thing. Why is it this word that sounds bad?
Where you are born.
But hang on, Gene.
Your
I don't.
inheritance. It's your inheritance.
Gene, I can tell
Right.
that you are more senior than I am in age, so I want to be polite.
No, don't do that.
Yeah. He wants to rage. He wanted to rage so hard, but he was like, I gotta act calm for the viewers. Oh no, I cannot allow myself to go, nuts, because then people will be like, holy crap.
In this conversation, well, that's how I was brought up, that you're polite to your seniors, Gene. But what I'm saying,
Yeah, what you're saying is you're about to blow up, but you're like, wait. Huh. Do you really have to tell everyone about that? Just act the part, and people will understand. You don't have to go, oh, I was taught that I had to be nice to you.
is the word pollution. Where's that word pollution come from? It's a
Foreign things have been added. That's pollution.
very negative way.
Because it is negative, and we've already seen the negative effects of that. In every single freaking context imaginable, we've seen it be bad. Whether the environment or in the species context.
Well, I'm sorry for that, but
it is negative.
Of course it's negative. Because it always, not always, but usually leads to bad things.
Negative way to describe the fact that people meet one another, they fall in love.
Have you seen what the result of that is? Let's see. One example is South America, complete and utter disaster zone. Do you want that to be the world? South America? Do you really want that to be the freaking world? Do you?
They have kids. They move
Yeah, and they're usually these identityless, confused creatures who, oh man, a lot of times, you know, it's something sad to see, but it's just a selfish people, doing this to their children and destroying their genetic lines. Pitiful.
move borders, sometimes through war, sometimes
Yeah, we moved borders to war and da 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 da. Yeah, that's happened. It's called imperialism. By the way, aren't you supposed to be against that?
through economic reasons, and they become
Yeah, economic migrants, yeah.
what they become when they are of that country. And
Well, culturally, perhaps they become culturally, conditioned. So it doesn't change your genetics, aka your foundation, does it?
just as you can be in America and you can be African American,
And they're still different to the rest of the country. Isn't that funny? Isn't that peculiar?
or you can be Italian American, or you can be
And somehow, because those Italians were more compatible with the Anglos, they, for the most part, combined. They've managed to fuse over the course of a century. Why? Oh, because they were more compatible. That's why. Somehow he's pretending that like every single other group in the freaking world is equally compatible or something. Like, what kind of fallacy is this?
be Irish American. How is it that here in
They're more compatible.
England you can only claim that Englishness effectively, Gene, if you were white?
Because English is a subset of white. You idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're a big idiot. If you actually have to ask that, why is it that a subset of European, aka white, are all white? Duh? Why is it that every single model of car is also a vehicle? Maybe because the cars are a subset of vehicles, so all of them are gonna be vehicles? Duh? Have you thought about that true, little boy? Duh? 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 Amazing. Friggin' amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, yeah, that was this guy's pathetic attempt to try to be English. Ah, so cute. So friggin' cute, Mr. Lammy. No, sorry, you don't gotta subvert the freaking identity to, get what you want. That ain't not happening. English is English. Case in point. You don't get to shove yourself in and try to play these little mind games to try to get your way through. Like, no, absolutely not. Again, so what he guy did is this. He tried to. So here's a big problem. A big problem is that a lot of names that we give to particular groups are tied. I think you call them toponyms. So they're tied to the geographical region. But the problem is that even if they leave the geographical region, they don't change, right? They don't just automatically morph into something. So all that toponym really means is that they came from there originally, and maybe they evolved there originally. But then when they get out, they don't change. So then people like Lammy abuse that to try to play these mind games, right? Oh, but these people were called Caribbean because they, let's say, some of the ancestry, had spent time in the Caribbean. Well, but you see, they start using that to twist stuff. I don't know. It's really confusing, to be honest, what they're trying to do. But, it's just how it is. You have to just be straightforward and say, no, my boy, you're not part of this group. Simple. Paper says you're British. Okay, fine, whatever. Can be. You're not English. Simple. And you'll never be English. That is all.